All right. Let's see here. All right. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. All right, peace, blessings, and salutation to the hopefully elect. It's the brother Azariah, which I found out would be transliterated or into the Hebrew. It's actually Isaiah, meaning help, or the Lord helped. Roughly translating there. And I'm out working, and I got a 45-minute trip to my next destination. I figured it would be a waste of, a shame to waste that time that I should go live. I didn't have any particular topics, but I did just leave from a situation. I figured I'd start off with that. Salaki bros. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah, Yasharada Power Siempre, the brother Daniela from the Pittsburgh GMS camp. And so I just, the first one I'm gonna start off with is man, I just left from this delivery, and I'm way out in the middle of Hodunk. I'm in the middle of nowhere right now, bro. I'm literally, I couldn't even tell you where I'm at, but I pulls up on this house, and it's this Edomite lady, morbidly obese. I need to lose some weight myself, but this lady's just ridiculously fat. And and she's got these two little Jake kids in there with her. And I'm like, okay, this is out of place. And I perceive she probably adopted them so that she could get the money to move out here. She's probably adopted those two little Jakes. Tell them what type of shit teaching them. This place gotta fucking go, man. Injustices, we gotta tiptoe around is another thing, like the scriptures say in what is that? Deuteronomy 28, part of the curses, you should have no assurity of thy life. Our life pretty much, if it weren't for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, protecting us, if these Jakes had any sense, which, typically this is the sentiment among Jake. Okay, we should fear for our lives, man. Fear for our lives, man. You come out somewhere you don't know where you're going. Like this trip I just took. I'm way out here, man. I'm 44 minutes away from something anywhere close to my house. If I was going straight home, that 44 minutes would probably turn into an hour easily. So I'm thinking in my, the flesh is thinking like, oh man, is it a racist area? Am I gonna go out here and it's gonna be like Children of the Corn or The Hills Have Eyes? A bunch of hillbillies gonna come out and try to, cannibalize me or something? Of course, I'm also, I rebuke that thought. Of course, like, hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, got me. Lord, keep me, watch over me, protect me. But we gotta tiptoe around and make nice with these Edomites. Which that's a part of the scriptures. The scriptures say, be at peace with all men, as much life within thee, and so on and so forth. So of course, that's a part of it. But it's a vexation, It says that the elect will love not their lives unto the death. So we don't love this. We're not at peace with this way of life, This ain't life. This ain't living. The flesh is all wicked and fucked up. Which I really didn't get a chance to check the stream. If you're still there, Daniela, can you tell me if the stream is good or not? I lowered the quality so that it would play good. So hopefully it's playing good. I mean, it's as far out as I am. I don't even know if I got a good signal. I mean, it let me connect online, so Lord willing, the signal's all right. But just, hey man, we're getting, and then also, more so on a better topic. I was watching the brother, who was that? I think it was one of the brothers did a video. I can't tell you who it was. I just caught a glance at it this morning. I watched a few minutes of it. I'm not sure if I finished it, but basically, I think it may have been the brother Sharmoff, Yashawamba. Whoever it was, they was going into some facts. You know, I didn't realize that Trump actually got impeached. Technically, he did get impeached. And I didn't realize that Edomites was threatening to basically revolt if he got impeached. And so now that he has, on paper, been impeached, even though he's still in the President of the United States capacity, the water, bro, the water. Even though he's still technically the President of the United States, he has officially been impeached on paper. You know, and so like the brother was going into, man, that means that any day now we could go into the race wars. You know, the race wars could pop off any day now. So that's another aspect. You know, I'm out here in hillbilly country. This got to be hillbilly country, man. This shit look retarded. I wish I was good at holding the camera and doing all that while I'm driving, like the Elder Menata Zakbaz. I can show you, man. It's barns and country covered in snow. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm in the middle of some bullshit. But anyway, you know, so it's no it's no coincidence that during the time, you know, and I'm all over the place, Salaki, this is the various topics, and I am driving, so however the Spirit, you know, leads me, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and speak on it. But you know, and there's no coincidence, like the brother said, that during the time that they're trying to demonize us, okay, all this stuff is going on with Trump, and all these other things are going on in the background, you know. And you can pretty much guarantee, what the hell is this Edomite doing? What the hell is that Edomite doing? There's a bunch of bullshit going on. Now I gotta go over the bumpy line because your ass on some bullshit. But anyway, like I was saying, there's no coincidence. Oh yeah, brother got a scripture. Matthew 24:7. Okay, for nation shall rise against nation. Hold on, I'm gonna zoom in. Zoom in so I can read your comment, brother. I got a little phone here. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. That's right, brother. Nations rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. That's what's coming. You know, that's what's coming, and it's getting increasingly more closer and closer. And there's no coincidence that during the time that they're demonizing us, all this stuff is going on in the background. You can guarantee any actions pretty much taken by the opposition, by the enemy, the race of E, okay, the nation of E, you know, will not be as demonized as it never is, man. You know, it's never as demonized as the retaliation that Jake has is, you know. And hey, you know, hey man, it's just really predictive programming, and it's like we've been saying for a while now. Okay, through the Spirit, they're gonna they're trying to demonize us and link us with terrorism. Look at that video David Wood put out. You know, if you pay attention to his eyebrows, man, he was giddy. He was giddy as a damn goat. You know, to have that false information, you know, or whatever type of information. It's tacky, like the Elder Yashawamba said, that the dude who went and shot up a synagogue just so happened to have a number in his pocket, a scribbled down number in his pocket that's linked back to an Islamic terrorist, and apparently them two jakes had a pipe bomb. Where the fuck that dude? That two niggas got a pipe bomb ready to blow something up. That shit don't even add up, man. That ain't even Jake style. I got a pipe bomb. Fuck, two niggas get a pipe bomb from. That shit is retarded, man. You know what I mean? But that's the nature of E. And the crazy thing is, people are gonna fall for that, man. People are gonna fall for that shit. Yeah, they had a pipe bomb. Dumbass. He was ready to blow some shit up. You know. But even a lot of Jakes can see that Esau's bullshit, man, because this truth is out there, man. This truth is out there. They've approached us and they've seen us on the streets, and all we do is teach, man. We're not out there trying to fight. We endure a lot of bullshit, and things that normal carnal people would fight over. We endure that. You know, people telling you to suck this and do this in the world, man. You know, them was fighting words. And now that we in this truth, we like, well, whatever, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah, with it zoomed in, I can read it. Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb and go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. That's right. That's right, man. They estranged from the womb. As soon as they be born, they go forth speaking lies, man. Esau is the king of lies, man. As a matter of fact, that's, you know, because we know that Esau is the devil. You know, and the scriptures say what? You are of your father the devil. Okay, he was in the will of your father will you do. He was a liar from the beginning and the father of lies. You know, and spiritually, who is that talking about? Well, it's talking about what? Cain, right? The serpent. It actually goes into the serpent, but Cain did the same thing a lot. Where's your brother? Am I my brother's keeper? Basically, he was like, I don't know. Lied his ass off. You know, and he comes in that same stead, man, of the serpent. You know, a damn liar, damn dirty liar. Like this damn instant damn joke. But yeah, man, you know. So we're, you know, they're trying to link us with these terrorists, man. Trying to link us with this Islamic terrorism. When, on a whole, the movement is a peaceful movement, man. You know, if you want to call it a movement, okay. This thing of ours, we've been commanded to be at peace. We've been commanded to move wisely. We've been commanded not to fight. So, if people were actually listening to the things we were saying, then they would understand the nature of what we're getting into, man. You know? We're not trying to hear. We have to say, it's not Esau. You know? He's the deaf adder that stops the ear, man. You know, these Christians follow after them. You know? Because you can bring out the scriptures day and night. Day and night, and they won't even, you know, they stop their ears to it. You know, like the scriptures say, the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. Well, 2/3 of the house of Israel are also wicked, and they ain't gonna get it neither, man. That's why the scriptures talk about the blindness in part that has happened unto Israel. You know, and you can pull up some of these scriptures if you want, brother. You know, I'm just quoting. What does it say? Romans 11:7. Okay, the election have obtained it. Oh well, Israel have not found that which you seek before, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. You know, so their ears have been stopped by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Sit there and bring out the scriptures till you blue in the face, but it ain't gonna change nothing. And these people are going to ultimately be deceived by the God of this world, which is Esau. And they just follow Esau's words like I don't even know, you know, it's like his words just melting like butter. You know, Esau done smooth talk the shit out of their ass. You know, Esau has smooth talked 2/3 of the house of Israel to the point where they believe everything he says. They trust their enemy more than they trust Yahweh Shem Yahushua and the men of the Lord. You know, and the crazy thing is, you know, I can understand carnally why some people probably are that way. Okay, Romans 11:7, I'll read it in a second. I can understand, and there must be a delay as well. I can understand carnally why some people feel that way, you know, as far as not trusting each other. Because it's real easy to see what's going on what just happened last week. How so and so slept with Juanita, your girl or whatever, or stole something off your porch. I can see how you could be burnt about that, and be angry and want to hold a grudge. Of course, the curses are upon us as well. Okay, but look at what Esau did. He never paid for that. Jake be locked into these little boxes called the hood or the projects. Jake be locked in these things with each other, and all you can see is how both of y'all hungry, and y'all both trying to steal from each other, and it gets frustrating. But Esau has everything, man. Esau has built this country off your back, okay, and ain't give you shit, and is living lavishly. But rather than go after E to get some get back, you want to take what little your brother has. But like I said, it all goes back to the curses. All right, I'm gonna get that first scripture. You pull it up. I'm coming to a stoplight, so pull it up as soon as I stop. It just turned red. I'll read that first, which really I quoted it pretty much verbatim, but I'll pull it out. Okay, Romans 11:7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Also, I'm gonna read this one. The other one the brother put up. All right, Yasharala Power Singing Pray. Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. That's right. Because Esau has seduced, these false pastors of our nation into preaching this serpentine doctrine, man. And what I mean by that is this slick, subtle doctrine. Okay, so inadvertently, or he's used them as a tool to push things that he know will feel good to Jake. Because the thing about it is, we was put in this position to teach us a lesson. We was put under hard bondage, which there's even a scripture that says that. Basically, put them under bondage. I can't quote it because I can't really remember exactly how it goes. But basically, bondage is a punishment. Damn, that shit look frozen as hell. That do not look safe, yo. I'm getting another lane. Fuck that. Anyway, that shit. It's 22 degrees out here, man. I bet that shit frozen solid right there. Look like a big ass ice slick, Salakia. But bondage is used as a punishment, okay, for going off. The Lord puts us under hard bondage. If you can find the precept, then or hard labor. Hard labor is probably the actual wording that's in that scripture. But so it sounds good to Jake after all the shit they've been through that they ain't gotta keep trying. You ain't gotta keep trying. Don't worry about it. Be a nigga. You ain't gotta change. Keep eating pork. Smoke this. Drink. Well, ain't nothing wrong with drinking, but drink yourself silly. Shoot this in your vein. And all will be forgiven. That sounds good to Jake. Jake just want to chill. Jake just want to relax after all they've been through. But this is not our rest. This place will destroy us, even with a sore destruction, man. So Jake, it ain't the time. I know. I just want my whole goal was getting myself enough money so that I could chill, so that I could smoke my little weed and do this little bullshit, and that was gonna be it. But the Wadi Al-Bashim Yawashah, that I'm on this straight gate now. And no, it ain't easy, but the reward is great, man. Because you still go through it, even chasing that money. You still go through certain things, man. You still go through certain straight things. It may not be to the level that it gets to when you enter into the truth. Them that chase riches have pierced themselves through with many sorrows, man. More money, more problems, man. It says that the riches of a rich man will not allow him But the man that's the poor man, that eateth his meal and get rest, he's at peace. He ain't got to worry about, oh, how can I maintain this level that I'm at? You got bills, you got this, you got that, you taking care of. You got this business that requires this light bill and this rent to be paid for this establishment. There's so many different so many different concerns when your whole shit is about money. But how much more when you get in this truth, and you go through certain things, but that it's not something that's going to fade away. It's a lot, like I said, this is a various topic, so probably, I know I'm all over the place. I don't went into a whole nother topic, but back to the persecution that's coming, man. Persecution is coming. Things are changing. Things are changing, man. It's exciting. It's exciting and terrifying times because we know, we've heard what's coming, but until it actually hits, there's no way for us to really know how certain things are going to manifest. There goes some more of this little ice looking section. Get my ass back over. Fuck that. But until things really, like I said, manifest, you're not going to know, okay, how things are going to play out, how in particular you are going to be tested. We know the general things that are going to happen. We're going to see some crazy shit. But how is your story going to play out is the big mystery factor in the whole ordeal. But we just have to remember, okay, I think in 2nd Ezra 16 and towards the end, I think it's 16 or 15. I think it's 16. It says, they keep my commandments, So we have to understand that the Lord will guide us if we're keeping His commandments, If you could get that, brother, I don't know if he's still around watching, but he's the power of them that keep His commandments, man. Matter of fact, it even says in Revelation 12, towards the end, I think it talks about them that kept His commandments. So, as long as we're trying to do what Yahweh Shem Yahushua want us to do, then there's no reason we shouldn't be protected, man. Unless that's just a part of the Lord's story for us. But that's why we got to pray that the Lord take not His Holy Spirit off of us. We got to try to be as sincere, genuine, and have integrity, like me and you was talking about, brother. We got to try to have integrity in this thing so that the Lord may have respect unto us, so to speak. But the scriptures say that He had respect unto Israel. So we want to be those true sons. What does Israel mean? Yasharala, He Prince of Power. So we want to be those sons. We want to be adopted back as sons. And part of that comes with chastising. Being chastised. So, and amen. Scriptures also tell us what it says that we suffer. What is it? It's something about us suffering now for things that we do, so that we do not suffer the greater condemnation with the world. Shit, man. Everybody has their own personal hell, like the brothers always go into, and it's exactly true. Hey, what's up, Brian Adams? Hey, Shalom, bro. Shalom. It's kind. Hey, rock a thumb, bro. But like I was saying, we all got our own personal hell. Shit, I'm sitting here riding around, in the car, and I've been working on this car for a minute. I mean, it's been getting me from A to B. At the Wadi Yahbashim Yahushua that I have a car. But I'm noticing some other things that need to be fixed, certain issues, and hey, like I said, the Wadi Yahbashim Yahushua is still rolling, but there are things that are making it where I'm spending too much on gas because this and that, and my brakes keep wearing out fast, and I got to figure out why that's going on. We're gonna have these things. The scripture said, "Think it not strange for the fiery trial, which is to try you." Sometimes it's little shit, sometimes it's big shit. Sometimes it's your landlord, your house, whatever. If you rent, Or if you own, quote unquote, own a house, because we don't really own shit in Babylon, but if you quote unquote own a house, then you got certain things need to be fixed on the shit constantly. Or same thing if you renting, you got a crappy ass landlord, but the rent ain't that much, so you deal with the shit. That's just that's the nature of the life that the hopefully elect are gonna lead. And we just have to know that that's a part of the story. So with all this stuff that's being said about us and that's being linked to us, we have to try to maintain that integrity so that we can suffer for righteousness' sake, rather than to suffer as an evildoer, like the scriptures say. Let none of you suffer as an evildoer. But rather we should be blameless to the best of our ability in the things that sinners do, so that the persecution that comes upon us is not because we was being wicked, not because we was, like them crazy ass other camps that go to the gun range and shoot guns. If something happened to them, it won't be no surprise, man, because that's not some shit that you should do. You shouldn't be nowhere popping no guns. Kind brother. Yashara. And if it seems like I'm reading your scriptures late, it's because there's got to be a delay. I'm riding around with my mobile hotspot, so I know there's probably 2 minutes of delay. So I'm just now finna read your scripture that I was probably talking about 5-10 minutes ago, or however long the delay is. So Salakia, for my little whack ass internet, but it is, it is what it is. Proverbs 3:12. For whom Yahweh loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth. And also check the bottom of your stream. If the words live are not read, then try to hit that live button and it'll jump forward, to the point that I'm at in the stream and catch you up with me so we can interact real time, you know what I mean? But these things are to make us perfect, man. These things are to make us perfect, and as much as they don't feel good, sometimes in the back of your mind, man, once you understand the scriptures and understand what you're getting yourself into, you kind of be like, hey, call halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. I was wondering when it was gonna happen. I was wondering when everything was going too good. You start to wonder, is the spirit even dealing with you? I didn't even know what I was gonna go into before I hit live, before I hit record, go live. But hey, the Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the spirit takes over, and gives you utterance, like also the scriptures say, once that persecution comes, says, think not what you shall speak, but for in that same hour it shall be given unto you. For it is not you that speaketh, but the Father within you, the spirit of your Father within you, roughly paraphrasing. So, we have to understand that things are in the Most High's hands. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, okay, but against principalities and powers and wickedness in high places. So that's the nature of the battle. Everything is spiritual. Everything, man. Everything has a spiritual, a reason for happening. And we just have to start remembering that and get in tune with that. Like, okay, there's a reason this happened, there's a reason that happened, and we have to be aware of when we fail a certain test. Damn demons. Have to be aware when demons is on that dumb shit. Like, I don't understand why this dude just did this. Okay, he turned. You gotta be aware. Certain things just happen randomly, and you're like, what the fuck? But be them demons, man. Still got 17 minutes to go. But so hey, man, it really ain't no thing, man. Ain't no sweat off of our backs, man. Just gotta stay in tune, man. Stay in tune with the spirit. Try to see what the Lord's telling us, man. We should consider and meditate on his precepts. Be remembered of the things that we've learned. what we shouldn't be doing, what we should be doing, and just continually try to apply those things to our lives, because every time I go off and then a brother in his video, or an apostle in their video says, okay, are you just a weekend Israelite, or are you being a nigga throughout the week? If I went off in any form or fashion, I get cut. It's like, damn, that was some nigga shit. Honestly, it may not have been full blown, I wish this nigga would turn. It might not have been full blown niggatry, but still, when you go off, it makes you feel like a nigga, man. Especially when you get convicted, it's like, shit, I didn't have to be doing that, And so, we have to, like I said, we have to be aware of when we're being tested. We don't want to let the Lord down, man. We don't want to let the Lord down, because if we don't let him down, he won't let us down, man. If we don't let him down, he won't let us down, man. He might, and see, that's the beautiful thing about knowing the scriptures, man. Because you can accept and come to terms with it when things don't go the way you want them to go, or you don't exactly get what you pray for. It might take you a couple times, like Paul. He prayed several times to have that thorn in the flesh taken away from him. But the Lord said, what? My grace is sufficient for thee. Did Paul bug out and fall out the truth because the Lord wouldn't take that away from him? Hell no. He just was like, well, the Lord killeth and maketh alive. It's a fearful thing to fall into Yahweh Shai's hands. From him come the issues of death. He pulleth a man out of the heap. You know what I mean. He setteth up a man that's low, and he take a man low that's up high. The Lord can do all these things. Yahweh went through the cities and healed people and told them to go and sin no more. So if he wanted to, Paul knows that it could be taken away, but he also knows, because of the scriptures and the things he went through, that the Lord ain't gonna always do that. The Lord has a purpose for why. So sometimes you ask and you don't receive, man. And sometimes there's a scenario where it says, because like the whole money thing, you ask and you receive not, because you will consume it upon your lusts. So that's one reason why sometimes you ask and you don't receive. But another reason why you ask and don't receive is because the Lord has purposed something to happen, or has purposed that to be that way. He don't want that to change. He don't want that to get better. That's your test. That's what you got to go through. Hey, man, and it's so crazy, man, because I almost didn't leave out the house this morning, but then I wouldn't be doing this live. I was tempted to become, let's just say I was tempted to become unclean for the rest of the day until evening this morning. But I looked at my app and it was like some big money on the board. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to go make this money. And it took me far as hell out. And now it's like, well, I'm going to do this live stream. Nothing happens by coincidence. It's all planned by Yahweh Shai. So, just want to go into that briefly, But yeah, with the times that are coming ahead, though, man, this refining period, because right now we're at the low temperatures. Right now we're at the low temperatures of the smelting process. If you know about smelting, it's basically when you heat up metal and you remove the impurities. And I could be using the wrong term, but smelting goes in the metal working, okay? And what the Lord is trying to make up is he's trying to make up his jewels, and he's also trying to make up his gold, being representative of the elect. So right now we're at the low levels of the temperature being turned up on him making his gold bars, man. A man shall be more precious than the gold you fast, man. Gold is tried in the fire and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So that's the stages we in right now. Right now, man, the fire is low right now, man. The fire ain't even turned up yet, but it's getting hotter, man. It's getting hotter. And the Lord wants to know: is we going to endure this and be purged, or are we gonna fall out of the pot and get dirty again? We don't want to return to that vomit. You know, we want to endure the test. We want to stand through the test and be purged of our impurities, man. It is going to take men of integrity. It's going to take the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai on us in order to endure, man. That's the only thing that's going to, if the Lord's not with us, man, like the scripture says, if the Lord is not, have not built it, then they that built the house have built it in vain. You know? So if the Lord have not built the foundation in which we're rooted in, then it was all for nothing, man. Like likewise, the scriptures say what, you know, who have not counted, who purpose to build something, I'm roughly paraphrasing once again, and have not counted the cost, man. And then they're gonna laugh. I don't want to get laughed to scorn. And people to say this man tried to build, but he was unable to finish, and all you see is a damn half-built foundation that's ready to crumble. That shit is scary, man. That shit is scary. To do a complete 180 on your life, get the demons off of you, you know, and then have them come back, man. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But we've been warned. We've been warned, so that's why we gotta keep ourselves in check, man. Especially with these eyeballs, and it's all going back to that persecution. These eyeballs that are now gonna be on us, even more than they used to be. We gotta keep our flesh in check. You know, gotta keep our flesh in check so that we may be found worthy to endure, so that He may keep us from the hour of temptation and everything that leads up unto that, man. You know, everything that leads up unto that. And I pray this is, you know, this lesson is being edifying. I think I might be entering the area with bad reception because of all these trees and shit. Usually when I get around a bunch of trees, the reception is really bad. You know, but like I said, man. You know, and through the Spirit, you know, when I be doing these lessons, I be talking to myself. You know, the Lord. It's like the Lord. Of course, the Lord's talking through us, and these things resonate within me. You know, the things I need to work on. Not being a hypocrite, being a man of our word, being a man of integrity, living what we preach. The Lord hates hypocrites. And holding ourselves to an even higher standard. You know? What did the scriptures talk about having a readiness to revenge when our obedience has been fulfilled? So we got to fulfill our obedience before we can have a readiness to revenge ourselves once the Lord comes. Let me clarify. When the Lord comes back and puts the spiritual power on His men, and we get those new bodies, then you know what the scriptures say about what's going to happen to the rest of the 2/3 that's around. You know, to the rest of the people that need to be punished. We don't need to go into that. You know. There's plenty of scriptures that talk about it. But the point is, the scripture says what? Having a readiness to revenge yourselves when your obedience is fulfilled. So we have to obey. We have to obey. We got to get right, man. We got to get right, man. Got to pull all of our thoughts into submission to Hamashiach. And I'm almost at my destination. I'm just, you know, filling in the rest of this time. When I pull up, I'll in the live stream, if brothers have anything, you know, to add in, feel free. You know, I got like a couple of minutes before I get there. Then I gotta use the restroom and get back to work. You know, but yeah, man. You know, it's just, you know, it's exciting. It's exciting times. The only reason that why sometimes I may feel some type of way or seem to be not as excited as some people are is because I know I'm not done working on myself. I know I'm not done working on myself. I know that there's things I can point out that it's like, I need to get rid of that shit, you know. And so with that being said, it's like, okay, yes, it's exciting to know that they're coming, but it's also scary because it's like, am I gonna be ready? Am I gonna be ready? And so that's what we're pushing for. That's what we should be pushing for. You know, to give that diligence to make our calling and election sure. See? So we gotta diligently be sober and be vigilant and seek Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, so that it may be in that time we will be protected, man. But that's what it's all about. You know, 2/3 all of Israel stay with an everlasting salvation. But we want more than that. We want to be those first fruits. We want to be at the top, you know, with the men of the Lord, with Yahweh Shai, with King David. We want to be on the top. We don't want to just be a nigga in the kingdom holding their head down for however long they're going to be holding their heads down. We want it to be said, "Come, ye good and faithful servant, into what has been prepared for you." Roughly paraphrasing. And that's this damn app telling me to start my thing, which I'll be there in 5 minutes. So they'll be all right. They know how far I was coming from. That shit, coming from way across town. But yeah, brothers, you know, hopefully this lesson has been edifying. You know what I'm saying? I'll be at my destination here in a little bit. But yeah, Akiam, you know, we want to be a part. We want to be those. We want to be those first fruits, man. We want to be given those white robes and those crowns. You know, and that's what the goal is. Those riches in heaven, that righteousness. You know, the righteousness that comes with the obedience and the faith. You know, what does the scripture say? Everyone that shall be delivered by his works and by his faith shall see my salvation, right? What did Yahweh Shai say? I come quickly, and behold, it is with me to give unto every man according as his work shall be. You see? So we want that our works make us worthy of those crowns, man. That's what we want our works to have been. For us to be worthy of those crowns. Alright, so I'm almost there. Guess I'll wait till I pull up. Oh, I hate traffic. Wish everybody would just go home and sit down. Hebrews, yep, the brother Brian Adams. Hebrews 10:31, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. That's right, brother. That's right, brother. I don't know how far delayed the stream is, but that's definitely what it's a fearful thing, man. It's a fearful thing. And we gotta watch, man. We gotta watch, brothers. All right, so I'm pulling up now. You know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I'm gonna say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Okay, call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Barakat Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakatam to the sincere brethren on the comment board. Ate the water for coming through, posting scriptures. You know what I mean? And I pray you brothers was edified. Till the next time, I want to say Shalom, okay? Shalom. Hey, ain't that hit end on the mug? I hit end on it. But it doesn't seem to have stopped. Shit. Be right back.